All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. The honors to the Apostle and Great Millstone that rule well. And salutating to the icon teaching is true at the fork on the earth, to the city of the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And the very few sisters that listen as well, man. So this is just a quick lesson. Basically just going to growth. Like, I always talk about improvement, self-improvement, or change in your life, or encouragement for Akim, because I know how hard it is, can be, how hard it can be, and it's true. We are facing, man, the high level of wickedness, and on top of that, you got to deal with financial woes, women. Well, you should be leaving the black woman alone. We'll just say that first and foremost. But hey, to each their own. And we should be having growth no matter what. Literally. Yeah, you're gonna go stumble, go through different avenues. It tell you how enter these straight gate. Hey, cause why the let's get that Salaki. I don't want to bush it, but we gonna have to go through difficulties to get to the truth. But it's part of your growth. It's literally part of your growth, man. This Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many by there would go and do it. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way would lead into life. How there be that, and few there be that find it, man. So you know you're gonna go through certain avenues and difficulties, and it's truth, and it sucks. I'm gonna tell you just like that, it really does sucks. And you might go through financial things with your job or with your wife. Yeah, like, shit happens. Kids, shit happens, man. And no matter what, you still push forward, and you should still be growing. Don't let those things break you down to a point that you don't want to keep pushing the truth. Now, you're going to have thoughts. You're going to have literally thoughts. You're going to have a lot of demons fuck with you. And it's going to tell you you're not a man of the Lord. They're going to tell you give up. You're going to tell you a lot of these things. But always remember this stuff. That's the part of this walk. If they wasn't telling you those things, they would not be doing their job. If they not coming to fuck with you, they wouldn't be doing their job. That's why the scriptures say, be sober, be vigilant, the adversary, the devil, walking, seeking who he might devour, man. This nigga is literally walking to and for up the earth because the Lord gave him that job, man. To hop on one brother, or hop a demon, hop on a brother or another brother, or hop on you, hop off your ass, hop on your wife, hop on the kids. Now they acting crazy for no reason, and you never realize why. Sometimes you don't realize why until it's too late, until you make a reaction, or you try to take things in your own hands instead of going to who sent them to you in the first place, man. And that's growth. Because when you realize that you in that battle and you got all the tools, instead of fighting them demons with carnal stuff, you start getting more spiritual, man. And I have made many mistakes. That's why I'm saying this video first and foremost for myself, but also for brothers that's likewise that I know that can relate, man. I have been through a lot in this truth. I have messed up a lot in this truth. Literally a lot. But the Lord have got me out of it, man. The Lord literally had got me out of it, man. This 1 Corinthians 10:13. It say, there have no temptation take you but such as common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you might be able to bear it, man. And that's the key. Remember, when you're going through your trial and tribulations, and don't get me wrong, I'm learning this even more now, and it sucks. Like, we literally have to humble down, man, and realize that we have no power in this truth. I know we have different thoughts. I have many thoughts, many things I get frustrated about. I be wanting to lose it sometimes, but I realize in those moments, in those situations, I'm being tested, man. And being tested, it's a good thing. I used to think, like, man, fuck that. But you being tested, man. Scripture tell you, no temptation is common to man. Matter of fact, let's get that. You're being tested on a level to grow, to see if you conquer that situation that you was once in, man. Because trust me, it's going to be a lot of situations. A lot of times your wife, or you lose your job, or you go through different situations. But guess what? In those situations, what did you do different to get better in your situation, or get better in your life? Because trust me, it's gonna come. It's gonna come out of nowhere. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna be frustrated. But in that moment, realize one thing: you got the Lord. And when you got the Lord, all those things kind of go away, man. Not right at that moment, but over a process of time, you realize, like, why do I care anymore? We almost out this hellhole, and we almost don't have to go through the shit that we going through as brothers. And it's truth, man. So, fuck it. Deal with it, man. It's a rock 2-in-1. Like I said, easy said it's done. But you're going to learn to get numb in its truth. But this a rock 2-in-1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. You see that? So when you're going through these trials and tribulations, don't haste, don't get mad, don't get frustrated. I know it is. It can get very frustrating. But even through that frustration, still remember the Lord. Still remember that you have a power working above the whole universe. As long as you can keep a call upon his name, you good to go. You have to remember that, man. And like I said, it's not a good feeling when you fighting these demons, when you losing, man. Verse 3, cleave on to him and depart not away, that thou might be increased at the last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully, and be patient when there are changed to a low estate, man. That's what it is. You have been probably proudful for a minute, man. I know when I usually get myself jacked up and I don't examine myself quick enough to a point that it dragged, man. I noticed this for a minute, and then I let it fester instead of rooting it out, man. It's like a bad root or a tree branch, man. When you notice it, instead of plucking it out, getting it out right then and there, you sometimes let it grow even more. Then it fuck up the whole plants around you, man. And maybe because you was lazy that day, you didn't feel like doing it, or you put it off. Jake love putting things off, man. I'm one of the biggest procrastinators in Israel, man. But you have to realize, and it's true, you got to realize no matter how much you procrastinate, it's gonna come back around. You gotta face your problems, man. You're gonna have to face them demons. Look them in the eye and cast them out, man. And I'm just speaking through experience, because that's the only way to grow. That's what this verse 5 going to. It's verse 5. It say, Sirach 2 and 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity, man. So when you going through your trial and tribulations and you trying to grow, that's what you have to remember, man. Yes, it sucks. Yes, it don't feel right at that moment, man. But the more you push, the more you sacrifice, the more you realize the situation, because sometimes we don't know if the situation is what it really say it is, or we just being dumbfounded, man. And we have been, man, dumbfounded many times in its truth, because we don't want to accept what really was going on. But regardless of the fact, you have to come out those things through the truth, through the Lord, so that you can grow. It's no time to be dumbfounded, no time to give in to the flesh. And we does. It happens. But when you growing, you start to cut things off. And when you cut things off, you realize that you didn't need it in your life anyway, man. So with that, I hope this lesson was edified, man. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostle of the great millstone that rule well. And salutations to the icons and the true of the folk on earth, true city, man. So that's time I want to say shalom and a ball.